Hey, Pisces. Welcome to your forecast for May 24th through the 30th. However, a little spin on this here. Even though we're doing a weekly forecast for May 24th through the 30th, we're having a lunar eclipse on the 26th. Therefore, when there's an eclipse energy, these energies can last for around 6 months sometimes. So, even though we're looking at the 24th through the 30th, there could be some things happening this week that are going to be going on for a while, like that are kind of going to be a theme or a cycle for the next 6 months. We're going to check in here and see what is coming up for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You guys are typically very sensitive to moon energy, sometimes more so than the other signs. So we'll see how these energies might be affecting you guys as we're coming into not just the week ahead, but the next 6 months for some of you. Alrighty, my dears. So the first card we have coming up here is the Queen of Swords, and this is beautiful, and I'll tell you why. Okay? This lunar eclipse that we're coming into is going to be all about shedding away what no longer serves us. I know a lot of the times I'm sorry. I'm like tripping over my words here. Typically the court cards, when they come up in readings, traditionally we read them as somebody outside of the situation affecting the situation. So it's going to be like, oh, there's an air sign at play here. There could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and this person might be kind of cold or harsh, and that can be the case, and some of you might be dealing with this kind of person. However, when I'm doing the weekly forecast, the intention that I set is to focus on you. In the weekly readings, I'm not doing a love reading. Okay, I do once a month a love reading. That's linked in the description. The weekly reading, I want to focus on you and your energy. If you have an air sign placement, you might be making big changes in that area or field of your life. But overall, the Queen of Swords comes up with the energy. You guys might have heard me talk about boundaries, like setting boundaries with people, but I'm getting a really specific energy with her showing up for you guys in the eclipse energy that's coming up. The eclipse energy that's coming up is going to be about clearing away limited thinking and letting go of whatever no longer serves us. Like now it's beginning to hold you back, it's slowing you down. And Spirit is saying no more. You're going to release it. You're going to let go of what no longer serves you. When the Queen of Swords comes up within that energy, this is telling me that you are very committed. You're very committed to what you're deciding you need to do, and you're not going to change your mind about it. And you're not going to allow distractions. I feel an increased sense of focus for Pisces. I feel like you have a really strong backbone right now. And I know Pisces, sometimes you guys are referred to as mutable, or you guys are referred to as, like the peacemakers, and you don't like to rock the boat. And those are all very wonderful, sweet, kind qualities. But that doesn't mean that there isn't a tiger inside of you somewhere. Maybe you're kind of selective of when you let that energy out, but I feel like this is the time, Pisces, that you're in that energy. You're like, I'm nobody's pushover. I maybe try to avoid confrontation, but this is a time when I'm really serious about what I want out of life, and I'm really serious about how I want to be treated, and I'm really serious about how I want my future to pan out. So I'm going to really stand up here and I'm going to make it happen. And I don't have the time or the patience for anybody who wants to come in and, tell me I'm doing it wrong, or tell me that I'm overreacting, or I should be doing something a different way. I feel, Pisces, in the energy here, some of you are breaking out of a cycle or a pattern of dealing with people in your life who are like gaslighters. Okay, gaslighter is somebody who's going to come in and try to turn things around on you and make you second guess yourself, make you doubt yourself, make you think that you're mistaken, or make you think that you have it wrong, or make you think that you're overreacting in some kind of way. And I feel in this Queen of Swords energy, you guys are very confident in what you're thinking and what you're feeling, right? You're not like you're like I know what's up. I know what's what. You're not going to convince me otherwise. I have my own senses. I have my own mind. I see the facts around me. I can reason, I can logic. You're not going to convince me otherwise of what is very clearly in front of me, right? So I just feel there's this really strong, empowered energy that Pisces is stepping into. And I feel it specifically around dealing with people who make you doubt what you're thinking, or who kind of try to convince you like to calm down, relax, it's not a big deal. Oh, but that's gonna be so hard. Wouldn't you rather do this instead? You have really fierce energy you're stepping into with this Queen of Swords. The next card here, my dears, is the Three of Swords. Now, I know this is a card that scares a lot of people because we think that there might be some kind of betrayal or some kind of loss that might be occurring. We are coming into a moon cycle this week, right? We're coming into a lunar event. And so when there's lunar events, right? When there's a full moon, when there's certain stages of the cycle, we can be manifesting, we can be releasing. And so to have it come up in this moon cycle, during the time of this moon cycle, it's telling me that most Pisces are going to have a really significant release. Okay. I can't remember which one of the air signs it was. It may have been Aquarius that they also had the Three of Swords coming up, or was it Libra? It may have been Libra. So some of you could have something that you're releasing with a Libra, or you could have that air sign placement. And so this is like a confirmation for you that, look, Pisces, there's going to be a really big release for you. So maybe it's not necessarily something happening this week that's hurting your feelings, but rather how we talked about letting go of what no longer serves you. You might have a massive emotional purge. You might have a massive emotional release. And I know that that can sound scary, okay? But understand and know that this stuff is being released so that you can make room to receive. And all you need to do to release, I know everybody always asks, how do I do it? In the beginning of my journey, I had spiritual people. I would go for readings before I tapped into my own gifts and abilities, and they would say, Amethyst, you're so wounded. You've been through so much. You need to release. And I was like, but how? How do I release? And nobody would ever explain it to me. It's much easier than you think. It might be hard to let yourself do it, but the process is super easy. All you have to do to release is, when the feelings start coming to the surface, let them out. Ride out those waves. You're going to be tempted to push it down. You're going to be tempted to say, oh, nope, I'm going to be positive. I'm not going to be negative. I'm not going to get all mopey and depressed. I'm going to get up and start cleaning. I'm going to go study for my test. I'm going to go, figure out what I'm going to wear tomorrow and do my meal prep. I'm going to go for a jog. We have a tendency to try to, like, quote unquote, snap out of it. But when it comes to releasing, when we do that, when things are coming to the surface, we actually end up repressing. So when it comes to the surface, don't try to fight it and don't run away with it under the guise of quote unquote being positive or being quote unquote productive. Rather, let yourself feel the feelings. Let yourself cry. If you need to scream into a pillow, scream into a pillow. Maybe you do want to, like, go somewhere. If there's like a gym or something open, maybe you want to punch a punching bag. But like, let it out. Let it out, let it out, let it out. That's how you release. That's it. You don't have to have magic powers. You don't have to surround yourself with crystals and candlelight. It can help. that can definitely help set the intention, but some of us can't do that. We can't get a hold of that stuff, or it's not in our budget, or we're not allowed to have them where we're living. So just because you can't get all of the nice aesthetic things, it doesn't mean you can't heal. It doesn't mean that you can't have progress. Another thing with the Three of Swords, and then I will move on, in terms of betrayals, in terms of like loss, for some of you there could be a bit of an eye opener where spirit is giving you permission to let go. If you're really struggling with releasing what no longer serves you, like you want to be in that tiger kind of energy, you want to have that strong backbone, but a part of you is still feeling sorry for somebody. If there's someone that does not deserve for you to feel sorry for them, Spirit's going to show you. Spirit's going to show you the truth. Okay, so there could be some kind of like a revelation for you to know, okay, you know what, it's time to let go. This person's been really, really taking advantage of my kindness. I've been giving them the benefit of the doubt. I've been like wanting to not be judgmental, but the proof is in the pudding. I'm done, right? So for some of you, there could be a revelation in that way. It could be an intense release, but my experience with the Three of Swords, even though it's an intense release, it's not going to last long, okay? The majority of you are not going to be in Three of Swords energy for the next 6 months. The Three of Swords is happening so that you can enjoy the next 6 months, okay? So you can get it out of your system. The next card here is the Six of Cups. Okay, and the Six of Cups can indicate something from the past resurfacing. So maybe there is something or somebody resurfacing from the past for the purpose of hashing it out, of getting the closure, of tying up the loose ends and being done with it. Okay, this doesn't mean that you have to take the person back in your life. Some of you may have someone resurfacing that you've done cord cutting with. Maybe even some of you have gone as far as doing some kind of a banishment spell or ritual, yet this person resurfaces. Okay? For those of you that are having that happen, understand and know the reason why Spirit has allowed that is so that you can speak your piece and you can say, no, it's not okay. And you made me feel this way, and you made me feel that way, and this is unacceptable, and that is unacceptable. So for some of you, Spirit is allowing this person to resurface so that you can give them a piece of your mind. Because you're also making a statement to the universe, basically saying, this isn't okay. This is not okay. I'm not tolerating this. I'm not accepting this, and you can get the heck out of here. I don't have room for it in my life. Okay? And so for some of you, you're going to have an opportunity to make a statement in that way. The Six of Cups can also come up when some of you are going to be really looking at the past. I see it sometimes coming up when people are returning to a childhood dream. Okay, so like if you've been doing something and you've been feeling stuck in terms of career change or figuring out what you want to do in terms of work, you might start remembering back to when you were a kid and the way you envisioned your life and the interests that you had, and you might kind of start honoring that inner child and moving in the direction of that dream or that occupation. Six of Cups can also come up when we're just kind of reviewing the past and releasing the past. The one thing is you don't want to look at the past with rose-colored glasses, Pisces. Don't look at it as, oh, everything was better back then. Everything was easier back then. Why did I do this? Why did I do that? Sometimes we remember things better than they actually were. And trust and understand you wouldn't have made the choices that you made if things truly were that wonderful, if things truly were that fantastic. So just trust that you're where you're meant to be in the present moment and that you're going to be moving on to bigger and better things. Your next card here, Pisces, is the Hermit. There could be a Virgo in the mix here because The major arcana card of the Hermit is associated with the astrological sign of Virgo. If you have a Virgo placement, that could really be coming to the surface. Some of you Pisces who know very well and know very, very well that you have spiritual gifts and abilities, you might be really wanting to step forward in the field of spiritual advisor or spiritual teacher. Okay. I have noticed, I see it in the comments, and I'm gonna try to acknowledge the comments more now that things are getting settled in and I'm having time open up. I do want to start interacting with you guys in the comments, but I have noticed, and I want to say I'm not offended by it at all. I'm very honored. I'm very, very honored. I've noticed there's a lot of people in my comments who have YouTube channels who are doing tarot, okay, or who are doing some kind of spiritually based YouTube channel, right? I don't look at that and go, oh, don't be on my channel, why are you showing your face here? No, I appreciate the fact that you guys are doing this and you're coming to these videos because they're helping you and you see it as a way of helping you on your spiritual journey and helping other people. I really am honored by that. But I know you guys are out there is what I'm trying to say. And I know a lot of the Pisces watching this, even though you might not have a YouTube channel, some of you are there in secret, pulling cards for your friends or doing psychic readings or doing this kind of stuff. And I feel like some of you who've always known you're spiritually gifted, you're wanting to step it up and you're wanting to do some kind of guidance and some kind of teaching. Okay? The Hermit card can come up when we're like, okay, I like doing readings for people. I like using my intuition for people, but maybe I don't want to be so focused on, who are you going to meet this month? And does Sally have a crush on you? And is Billy going to ask you to marry him? And don't get me wrong. These are all things that we want to know as people. It's not wrong to ask those questions. But as someone who's using your gifts and abilities, you're like, but I want to do more, right? We're in this massive time of awakening. We're in all of this energy shifting. And so a lot of you are wanting to connect on a higher level and help and guide people in a higher level. Keep in mind, spiritual teachers come in various uh, ways or walks of life. It doesn't always have to be tarot. It doesn't always have to be Reiki. You can be a spiritual teacher and a spiritual healer in your capacity as a school teacher. Okay, in your capacity as a personal trainer, in your capacity as a hairstylist or makeup artist. Okay, I have a good friend of mine who does hair and has a salon, and she's a healer. And I'm telling you, people go and they sit down in her chair because she's so good at what she does, but they're getting energy healing and they don't even know it. Okay, you can heal people at any capacity. It doesn't have to be through tarot and Reiki. And some of you are realizing that, and you're bringing spirit into your work. You're bringing spirit into your interactions with the people around you. Some of you may be seeking out a spiritual teacher or spiritual advisor. That can be meant by the Hermit card as well. If you're a Pisces who's been starving for a relationship, a romantic relationship, you might all of a sudden go, whoa, 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 wait a minute. I'm really overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed by the dating. I'm overwhelmed by the relationship. I need to recharge. I need to take a step back here. I need some alone time to make my connection. The Hermit card is not about being sad and alone and depressed. The Hermit card is about coming back to life in a lot of ways, or connecting to source. And so we're not lonely, we're not sad when we're in Hermit energy, and that's the energy many of you are stepping into. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you, my darlings. If you go to calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. Love readings for June are linked in the description. I'm getting settled in here. I'm trying to get back to my routine. When that happens, personal readings will be caught up. I'm a little behind on personal readings right now. The weekly forecast will get posted earlier. Okay, instead of the week of, or the day of the week, they will go up a few days earlier, preferably the middle of the week prior. And then the podcast will start getting up regular again. It's just been chaos. I've been going through my own clearing. Spirit has been redirecting me and waking me up in massive ways. So I cannot thank you all enough for how patient you've been with me, and for your continued love and support. It means more to me than you know. I love you guys. Take care, be safe, be well. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. See you all next week.